for 30 years against the US dollar. Stock markets have lost £200 billion in the values of shares. Now you may say that doesn't matter, but that is your pension fund. That means that people's assets when they retire, unless the prices of stocks and shares go up, will be less. Secondly, we have companies which are already saying they are cancelling or delaying orders. We have foreign companies saying they are not going to carry out investments because they want to be in the single market. And we know because large numbers of people in London work in financial institutions, banks, insurance companies. They are uncertain because many of these are globally owned and they have operations in other countries as well as in London. And it's possible, in fact it is likely, unless we get urgent action, that some banks will transfer thousands of staff to Frankfurt or Paris or Amsterdam to be in the European single market, and therefore we will lose jobs in London. Less jobs in London means less people buying goods in shops in London, which means an impact on retail and an impact on firms of solicitors and other accountants, and we has a knock-on consequence. Now we don't know what is going to happen because David Cameron, the Prime Minister, having lost the referendum on Friday morning, announced he was resigning. Initially, we were told there would be a new Prime Minister elected not by the public, but by the Conservative Party members in October. But because of the uncertainty, they've rushed it forward. It's now going to be on the 2nd of September. We will know who the Conservatives have chosen. We don't know who that will be because nominations are open until tomorrow, the end of the week, and there are already several candidates that we know will stand, probably 6 or 7 different Conservative MPs. That's the first situation. Everybody thinks that it will be Boris Johnson, but that is uncertain, and in the past everybody thought it would be Michael Portillo, and in fact they chose Ian Duncan Smith. Remember him? Okay, so at the same time, there is a big body of opinion in the Labour Party that are very unhappy that we lost the referendum as well, particularly young people. And as a result, members of the Labour Party have been very critical of our leader Jeremy Corbyn because there has been a feeling that he was not really vigorously and unambiguously campaigning for Remain. We had a very difficult meeting of the Parliamentary Labour Party on Monday evening. I can't tell you what happened, it's supposed to be confidential, but it's all been in the newspapers. You can read The Guardian, you can read Huffington Post, you can read it all there, all the quotes. The bottom line is that following that meeting, yesterday there was a ballot of members of the Parliamentary Labour Party, and there are 229 Labour MPs, and we voted on the motion of no confidence in Jeremy Corbyn, 172 for, 40 against, 13 no votes cast, and 4 spoiled papers. 80% of the Parliamentary Party. And since then, today, the Deputy Leader of the party, also elected by the members, Tom Watson, the former leader, Ed Miliband, the former acting leader, Harriet Harman, the former leader and Prime Minister, Gordon Brown, and many others have called for Jeremy to stand down so we can have a new leader. As of this moment, and things are moving every hour or every minute, Jeremy is refusing to stand down, and I understand that tomorrow afternoon a candidate to challenge Jeremy will be announced. from amongst the Labour members of Parliament. As of tonight, I think that would be Angela Eagle, but I cannot be sure because things are moving all the time. We had the shadow cabinet with 95 and the shadow government team of 95 people appointed by Jeremy as leader, and more than 60 of them have already resigned. And he has appointed some others, but we are the parliamentary party. I have never, in 24 years in Parliament, I have never been in a situation like this. It is complete uncharted territory. And the key thing we have to face, I'm speaking as a Labour person here, a new Conservative Prime Minister put in only by 120,000 Conservative Party members, not by the public, but just 120,000 Conservative members, not with any mandate, will be Prime Minister in September. There is an overwhelming case because of the financial turmoil, the uncertainty, whoever that is, we have to have confidence and stability. So I expect an early general election. And one of the driving things in the Labour Party debate is that Labour MPs don't think Jeremy Corbyn can win a general election, and therefore we have decided, because particularly our colleagues in the north of England, in places which voted to leave the EU, where there are Labour MPs, and also in London, some they have said to us, we have to have a change of Labour leader. So that is where we are. Everything is moving, and by next week we may have some clarity. I can't say any more at this moment. I did vote for the no confidence in Jeremy, along with 171 other MPs.